You're in the club. I am Sushant Mehta, back with the best from the world of entertainment. This is where the magic happens. And first up, a mega exclusive. I spoke to Farhan Akhtar about nepotism, Bollywood's privileged clubs, about Kangana Ranaut calling Kali Boy a Wahyat film and undeserving of being India's official selection for the Oscars. Farhan also remembered Sushant Singh Rajput. Here's a very special interview with Farhan. Farhan, a raging discussion is on the entire nepotism, outsider versus insider debate. Firstly, do you agree that the industry is not a meritocratic system?
Yes and no. I do feel, I mean, in our industry, and you know enough about it now, you know, it functions purely on success and failure. That's what it functions on. You know, I mean, we can discuss it. See, I feel nepotism is the umbrella right now has become too large as a word. It's taken too many other issues under it which actually don't belong under that word.
Yes.
So different things have to be discussed separately. Is there a privilege for people who are born in the film industry? Absolutely. There absolutely is privilege. Would it be easier for somebody in my place or another child who has been born, knows everybody from the time that they are born, everybody knows them from the time that they are born, they socialize at times, they go to each other's events. Would it be easier for them to have access to someone, to pick up the phone and call someone, to meet someone, to pitch a script to someone, to offer their services as an actor or an actress to someone? 100%. There's no denying that. Does that mean that that's a bad thing? No. I mean, that's the lot of the draw. You know, that's what you've been given. Your parents have worked incredibly hard to be able to give you, I guess, a certain kind of a head start, as any parent would like to give their kid. But at the same time, you cannot discount the struggles of what a person who's not born with this goes through. You cannot not be empathetic towards it. You can't not understand it or pretend that it doesn't exist when they talk about it. It absolutely is. It cannot be easy, and I absolutely appreciate that, and I understand that.
You know, Farhan,
that it cannot.
The feeling now is that outsiders are discriminated against and somewhat isolated. So there's this privileged club in Hindi cinema which marginalizes, you know, these outsiders or so-called independent artists, and there's a lobby who works against them. Is what the feeling is, and this whole debate is now centered around this, that there's this lobby with the media, with the PR. Like Taapsee Pannu told me that, listen, I didn't get featured on 2 very big magazines, but a star kid who hasn't even done a film will feature on the cover of the same magazine. So there is this, what you call movie mafia. This word has been thrown very lightly. What do you think about that?
You know, I can only speak from my experience on this because I've been working for 20 years. And it is, I don't know what this privileged club is. Okay. I don't know what this circle, who this circle is that exists within a circle, you know, that has this kind of influence and this kind of control on everything that goes on. I'm absolutely unaware of it. As in any other industry, as in any other fraternity, there will be certain circles of friends that will form. It is but natural for that to happen. For me, when I think about it, the people who I have ended up being most friendly with are the people who actually were very good to me from the first time in my career. You know, when I first started, there are people who kind of were there for me, reached out for me, and I'll always be there for them, and I'll always try and help as many people as I can, as a producer, as a director, and in whichever way I can. But I don't necessarily know. See, again, when you're asking me, I may not have the same experience as somebody else. You know, so it is not possible for me to tell you that there's no such thing. I can only speak of it in my experience.
Fair enough.
You know, so it's difficult for me to say, and everybody has had their own individual experience. But the largest thing that I see, and this is something that has been around in the industry from as far as I remember, and when you talk to the stalwarts and when you talk to anyone, is people flock, unfortunately or fortunately, however you want to look at it, whether it's good or bad, that can be discussed, to people who are successful. When people are successful, everyone's around them. When people are not successful, it's only their closest friends who are around and everybody else is gone.
Yeah, I understand what where you're coming from, what you're saying. Also, but Farhan, personally for you, your experience with Gully Boy, swept the commercial awards, was India's official selection for the Oscars. But now everyone is pointing fingers at the selection itself, saying that, again, this is lobbying, obviously, one of the most powerful studios, Ranveer Singh, Alia Bhatt, big banner production. How do you take this criticism?
Firstly, I mean, I don't know which powerful studio we're talking about. I mean, we released the film ourselves. So there's no studio involved. Beyond that, if anybody feels that whether it's Ritesh, Zoya, or myself who can have this kind of influence over who is going to decide the best foreign language entry to the Oscars, I mean, that is they're giving us a lot of credit that we don't deserve. We absolutely don't have this say. We are as hopeful as any other producer or director would be when we send our film in for it to be optioned. So it's completely the decision of the Film Federation. And should I be happy about it that they chose my film? 100%. Anybody would be happy if their film was chosen. Should I don't know, should I feel guilty about the fact that my film got chosen? There's no reason for me to feel guilty. So I don't know what to make of it. If people feel that it wasn't the right choice, they're absolutely entitled to feel that way. Did I tell anybody that you must send my film and don't send somebody else's film? ऐसा तो मैंने कुछ नहीं
कहा. You wrote a heartfelt note also for Sushant Singh Rajput. Sleep, my brother, sleep. Let the vultures gather and the crocodiles weep. Let the circus performers juggle, contort, bow and leap. Let the shrill get higher. Let the darkness in the heart of men get deep. Sleep, my brother, sleep. R.I.P. Sushant. Just what was your reaction to what happened, and even the aftermath of what's happened? This suicide, this very tragic incident has, as I said, triggered a much larger discussion.
I mean, it is one of the greatest tragedies that I can think of, at least in recent times, for such a young, talented actor with, successful, great potential, long career ahead of him, for us to lose him in this manner. So I was very, very sad. I feel it's a tremendous loss to us all as a fraternity. But I don't know. It would, it enrages you, when you see that someone is, his family, his closest friends, you're not giving them the opportunity to grieve. The theories constantly being spun about why he did it. And of course, maybe there will be a time for that. But is this the time? I'm not entirely sure. Let some time pass. He hasn't said why he did it. He didn't leave a note. So anything that anyone says is speculation. And we are speculating from abetment to murder to, just the craziest of things. Everyone has a point of view. Everyone is feeling that they are right in what they're saying. Everyone suddenly knew him so well. Everybody knew what he thought. Everybody knew his journey and what he suffered from. I don't know. I just felt that what's followed is, unfortunately, it's a circus, and in the midst of that, just the time for people to sit, introspect, as to why somebody like this, why would this happen, for them to introspect is going forward. What is it that we can do? Just be kind to people, just be more inclusive. Whatever it is that you want to take from it, be aware if somebody is feeling like that they're okay, but maybe you felt that they were not, so reach out to them. There is no time for this. Everybody has either got a sword out or is holding a shield. That's all that's going on. And I feel that it's become very messy. It's become very ugly. And it's just very unfortunate because, we should remember him for the great work that he did. We should remember him for, just this incredible talent that he brought and shared with all of us. We should mourn the fact that we have lost somebody who had a great career ahead of him. And we should introspect with these things, as opposed to there's blame games and defense games, and it's terrible.
Final question on this, Farhan. We've seen, as you said, it's literally a circus, but a lot of sharp reactions, trolling, Karan Johar, Salman Khan, Aditya Chopra of Yash Raj Films, brutally trolled. Even, voices like Shekhar Kapoor, they are speaking. Abhay Deol, your co-star from Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara, he's been speaking on it. Is the industry really wary of outsiders? Is that a sense? In a sense, is that true? What is your sense?
No, Sushant, I mean, if you just look at the amount of people who are functioning in the film industry, you know, in direction, as producers, as actors, there is a healthy mix of everything, you know. I don't think anybody is wary of anybody else. Neither you nor me nor anyone who's from the industry or out is suspicious of what somebody else wants from them. Everybody wants to do good work. You know, I mean, that's absolutely clear. Everyone wants opportunities to be able to showcase their work. That's what they want. Unfortunately, in life, I mean, sometimes it's easier for few, sometimes it's not as easy for others. But I somehow feel everything gets painted in broad strokes, you know. When you talk about, say, are outsiders, are all outsiders are treated badly? That's not true. You know, all industry people are clannish. That's not true. You know, so you can't paint broad strokes because every single person has had a different journey. So it's very difficult to fight a battle or put a point of view across when what you're being asked to comment on are such large generalizations, you know, so you don't know where to start.
Farhan Akhtar, as articulate as ever. Well, that was just an excerpt. You can watch that entire interview Saturday, 10:30 p.m. only on India Today Inspirations. Well, it's time for a short break now, but there's lots more coming up, so stay tuned to In the Club.
Hi everyone, Preeti Chaudhary here. Hope you like this video. For latest news and analysis, like and subscribe to the India Today YouTube channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated. Thank you for watching.